Hit mute.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Melody. I often forget to introduce myself, and I just feel like everybody already knows me, but nobody knows me. But it's Monday. I have my party hat on because there's lots to celebrate. Don't you think, Rachelle?
I do. And I thought it was your birthday. And then I thought maybe it was mine. So I had to look at the calendar and I realized, nope, it's just August. So it's Monday. So we're going to celebrate.
And
I
we're
don't have my
here.
hat on though. We are here together. It's a highlight of my day. That's for sure. I've been waiting all morning to talk to you
I
and to
just
see
woke
who
up
joins
this
in.
morning. You're the first person I'm talking to this morning.
I kind of feel bad for you then because there's got to be better
You and your
options
little
out there.
friend.
What friend?
Your little friend on your. Where's Bunsy Man? Does he know
Bunsy
he's already?
Man? Bunsy Man's right here.
Oh, but he's not.
Bunsy,
He's not the highlight of your world. Now somebody new is. Is that a Twitter? Is it your Twitter friend?
it is, yeah. It's the bird, and then it has book snaps on the bottom for Tara Martin's
Oh,
book snaps. Yeah, just a little bit
yeah.
different.
I have a question about that. If you take a little snapshot out of a book, are you supposed to use the hashtag book snaps?
If you are doing like how Tara set up the book snaps and kind of adding notations or something to it, so it's like your takeaways. You can. I mean,
Okay.
I did with my Spanish classes, and we did the hashtag book snaps. We also did Spanish snaps, and I've seen so many. I mean, gratitude snaps people have done. So just the same kind of variation on it. But great story how Tara started to do that years ago when she was trying to figure out Snapchat and learning from her son, and then kind of putting all of that together. So
Oh, that is
yeah.
cool. Speaking of hashtags, and I think it was Dr. Rachel or Dr. Natasha Rachel.
Hmm.
I said it right, Dr. Rachel.
Yeah.
We were on together. Remember, she started I don't know if she started it, but the hashtag 100 days happy of happiness.
Yeah.
I haven't had my full cup of coffee, but I started doing. So today is day 3 of 100 days of happiness or whatever the hashtag is. I'm going to start doing that. If you're watching, tell us what you're celebrating today for. I know Monday really stinks. Sometimes it's like, or sometimes it's just like any other day. But tell us what
Yeah.
you have to celebrate or something you're happy about. Just share with us. We'd like to hear from you. Yeah.
Yeah. Mondays can be tough. Although for me, I think it's always when just Sundays sometimes. It's certain part when the school year, it's, I sit and I think, okay, by 5 o'clock on Sunday, I don't want to have to do anything. I just want to shut down. I don't want to go anywhere because I know Monday's coming. But I don't know. I don't mind Mondays too much. I'm always excited to go back to school and start a new week. And I mean, I'm tired, of course, no doubt about that. But
For sure.
maybe if we all wear party hats on Mondays, it'll
You
lighten our
should.
mood.
Well, it was easy because it also went with my blouse. So there's
That
that.
works. So maybe
Mhm.
next time I need to find a party hat, or I could wear my hat I got last year this time when I was with all my friends in Nashville. I bought a nice cowboy hat. I haven't been able to wear it since.
You should wear it.
I know. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think I could sit in this chair with it though.
Well, you might have to get a dining room chair for sure, but for
Yeah,
half an hour, it's not too bad.
that'd be
Um,
fun.
but yeah, and so I told everybody on Friday that I was going to start doing things to get healthy, and I hadn't stepped on a scale yet. So later that day, I stepped on a scale, and then I cried for like an hour because I am heavier than I've ever been, and and then I reached out to a couple of friends, and one of them I said, "This is actually how much I weigh." Like I have to just say it out loud. It's the truth. It's so depressing. But I told you I was going to take steps to get healthier, and I've done that. I
Mhm.
started journaling. Oops, I've started journaling. I eat. Okay, it has and so I've done that. I've never done that before. I have been a failure of so many diets, and they always say, "Why don't you write down what you eat?" And I'm always like, "Because I'm an adult and I don't have to write down everything I eat. That's time for that." I've said that. I joined Jenny Craig when my first daughter was a baby because I was trying to get the baby weight off, and they're like, "You really need to write down everything you eat." And Carrie Underwood, she like swears by it, right? And I'm like, I'm an adult. I don't have to tell you everything I eat, but I'm doing it now. And
Yeah,
also recording how much water I'm drinking and if I do any activity and how I feel at the end of the day. And I just want to tell everybody I'm down 3 pounds.
that's awesome.
Who knew?
Yeah, I know. But but I mean, it holds you accountable for just, but being mindful of what it is, because I would hate to write down what I eat in a given day, just between
It's actually painful, to
walking.
be
I
honest.
mean, like chips, tortilla chips, pretzels, M&Ms, cookies, ice cream, you name it, just in not big quantities. It's just constant grazing because I've been at home. So I should probably lock myself in my office so I can't actually get out.
But you look so fabulous. Do you feel like you don't feel that when do you struggle with self-image? I know that's a personal question, but is that
That was a
you?
little bit, no.
Yeah.
I
This was
mean,
not
yeah,
planned.
yeah, this was not planned. No, yeah, but it's just, I think we're all kind of critical of ourselves, right? In some area, whatever it is, and things that, I mean, it's that self-awareness,
Hmm.
and we can, people will say, "Oh, well, you look great," and you appreciate that. But at the same point, like maybe to other people you do, but you just don't feel great, or your mood's just not right, or there's something. I mean, it's just kind of knowing ourselves. So yeah, it's always. I mean, that's always been. It's a personal question, very
I know,
vulnerable.
I'm
No,
sorry.
no, 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 it's totally fine.
I
But
took it there.
it's all right. But that's how. I mean, and it's not about this topic, it's about other things. So whatever it is we're
Mhm.
struggling with, I mean, it has to have to ask for help, or we have to, I don't know, direct ourselves first. And if it doesn't work, then get somebody who keeps us accountable that we can get support from. But yeah, I mean, it's always a work in progress. The older you get, it doesn't get any easier. And especially when things are so busy and challenging as they have been, finding the time, and we keep seeing the self-care. So that's a huge component of self-care. If you're not taking care of yourself, you're not drinking water, you're not moving, you're not going to feel good, you're not going to be able to do your job. And I mean,
Right.
so it's hugely important.
What
And
did
what
you
better
do? What
way?
did you do this weekend for self-care? I'm gonna hold you accountable. I'm just curious.
I know, because the other day you asked me about fun, and I said I worked. So I'm not kidding. Ever since the
I
other
know
night,
you're not kidding. That's why
whenever
I'm
you
asking
said
you.
you gotta live your life, so I did go for some walks. I did sleep in a little bit longer and didn't jump up and go for an early 7 a.m. walk. I took an hour and a half nap yesterday, which I'm not going to lie, I felt pretty good to do that. I clearly needed it, but I did some reading. I sat outside on the deck for a while and did some more reading. I may or may not have fed a few raccoons. Yeah. I mean,
Do
you
you
know,
have names for your raccoons?
I no, Melody, they don't have it. Well, there
Okay. Well,
was
I
one.
didn't know how close you were. You are friends with the Twitter bird. How the heck am I supposed to
I
know?
know. No, there was a raccoon a couple years ago. His name was Buddy, because I mean, hey Buddy, just kind of stuck. But
Can you tell them apart? Like it's not the same raccoon?
well, there was just one that would come up all the time. I mean, it was the only one for months. Yeah. But
One
there's
time I walked in, true story. One time I walked in late to church and they were doing prayer requests. And one of the prayer requests was, would you please pray for my neighbor? Her pet raccoon like shredded up her arm one day, just went crazy rabbit or whatever, and shredded her arm. And
that's
the only way
terrible.
to get this raccoon off her arm is she took her arm, she put it in the door, and she slammed the door on her arm repeatedly. And now, of course, she was in the hospital. And I'm sitting there and I'm trying so hard not to laugh, just like I am now, because it's horrible. Who'd want that to happen? You know what I mean? But the visualization of that, I just. I'm
Oh man.
sorry. Anyway, but I'm proud of you. Besides the raccoon stuff, like that's
Yeah.
me, with my experience of prayer requests, but I'm proud of you for using self-care.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. If anybody's just tuning in recently, they're gonna be like, what's the topic of conversation? We go from self-care and walking to, but it's getting outdoors, right? It's getting outdoors and observing. So I've been really trying to just sit outside and look around, like trees, animals. I mean, there's some deer out there, and I really wish I could go
Do you
somewhere,
do you
but
feed the deer?
the deer eat some bread. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They actually come up and eat with it. There's a couple like fawns that are there. So babies, so it's cute.
Oh, that is cute. I
Yeah.
like deer. We have moose here. We drive around to see if we can find moose and bear. And when we do, I'm just like, oh my gosh, we've seen a grizzly bear. Um, Unfortunately, we scared it away with our car, but because we stopped on the road and it heard the gravel, so it ran back into the trees or whatever. But it was a beautiful sight. Like it's brown, it's like a golden brown fur just shining. It was way too, it was too fast to record. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To see it because I've only seen a black bear here. I've never seen, a brown bear or grizzly bear, depending on what you call them. They're the same species.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool.
So,
and I played basketball this weekend. But anyway, who cares?
yeah. And I also turned the TV on yesterday, which
oh my gosh, we still have to celebrate.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't actually even know how to work the remote control. I didn't know what channels anything was. I really haven't turned the TV on in like a year and a half. So I had to use the voice, thankful for voice, to say CNN because I wanted to see the space shuttle. I wanted to see them coming back. And it's just amazing to me what is capable. And it brings back all sorts of memories of going, like when I was a kid, my dad and I went, we watched one of the shuttle launches and stuff and but how fast time passes because I felt like they weren't gone that long. And they said that it was May 30th. And I thought, oh my gosh, I remember because I sent a message to my students and said, hey, if you want to see something, like watch the shuttle is happening that Saturday. So that's 2 months, how fast the past 2 months have gone by is just when you see that. So it was pretty awesome to see that happen and
it's
all
amazing.
The technology behind it and how everybody was there and they're all wearing their masks and they're taking all the precautions because they're looking for the gases that they come in when they come back into the atmosphere and all that. So just fascinating to see.
It is.
So
and
I did
also,
enjoy
I know
watching
you're not
that.
going to say anything, but there's something you're doing a book study on your book.
Yes, it started. Yeah, I'm
Show us
excited
your
about
book.
that. Okay, if you insist. I chart a new course with EST.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's with Book Camp PD and it's for this month of August. And there are on Sunday nights is the chat, but every day there's one question that Meredith drops for conversation. And there are a lot of people that shared stories there. Like in our community, David Lockett shared stories, Amy Storer, I'm trying to think, Mary Alice Curran, a lot of people shared, even a lot of my students too. So it's pretty exciting. But
really?
Hey, you know what else I was reading?
You stop. You really read that?
I've read it a couple of times. Yeah. But it's just, it was on my mind because I have a meeting later today and they were talking about different books and things. And so I wanted to make sure I didn't forget to share this one
That's
with
so
everybody.
Sweet.
So it's right there. Yeah.
Do you like it?
I do. I like it very much.
Do you think that adults could take something from it too?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Because just reading through and just processing, your experience maybe when you were younger or just things that you've seen in your classroom or your own life that kind of, you can make an analogy to what's happening in the story. Yep. Absolutely.
I find it sad that there are many adults who are not sure how to apologize. And I think a lot of it to do, or I'm sorry, I just messed up my word. It's just because there's been very few people in their lives who've actually apologized and apologized well. Like the apologies you see on television are so awful. They're the worst kind of apologies ever. If it involves the word if, it doesn't count. Apologies don't need the word if or but.
Yeah.
So I actually wrote a blog post because I'm writing a blog post for EduMatch about how to forgive people when they don't ever say that I'm sorry. Because that's something that's been like a central theme of my whole life.
Oh. But it
was, yeah, but I hope that I raise my kids. I hope that the students that have been in my classroom, because that's who I wrote the story for originally. Mm-hmm. I really hope that it's made a difference for those have heard it. And I need to send out a batch of books. I'm glad I've sent you one. I have just a few left and I signed them this weekend. So I just need to get them in the mail. So thank you. That's cool.
You're welcome. But apologizing it's not easy, right? Because it's uncomfortable and it's taking ownership that you may have done something wrong or not knowing the right words or being afraid to not say the right words and stuff, but have to start somewhere. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a great book and
thanks
to share. Yeah.
And I never say this, I never talk about it. But I use a font that's called dyslexia. Oh, I can't remember. Is it dyslexia?
I think dyslexic. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, I haven't had very much coffee yet, but the font that is friendly to not all people with dyslexia, because it varies in its forms, but it is a font that has had some research that is more friendly for people who have dyslexia. So I wanted to put that out.
Okay.
If anybody is looking for a book for a social emotional kind of book for kids, I think that is a winning point. I have a lot of friends who know a lot about dyslexia. I want to know more. It's very interesting what we find out the more that we know
Mhm.
about it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Definitely. Anyway,
thank you for sharing that. I
you're
appreciate it.
welcome.
Um, Rachelle knows what's coming this week. Like I said, what's coming this week? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, no.
I want to know where Jen Led is, and I want to know where some of our comments are. I want to see some
Oh,
people
I know people are
joining in.
commenting.
I know. I want to hear what they're doing. But for anybody looking for things, Hive Summit started. So this
Hive
is
Summit.
day 3. I know Deanie EduMatch was day 1. So I'm in the process of watching that. And so if you haven't signed up, you can still sign up because Michael sends out the email with the link and everything that you need for that.
Was it hivesummit.com?
I think it is hivesummit.org. It's hivesummit.org. Yeah. So
That's with Michael Matera.
Yep.
Guy with the bow tie.
Yep. Guy with the bow tie.
You said you saw him at the session that Dean Gainey, who was a mutual friend and author.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in the middle of watching his. And so that goes on through, I think, the 14th, maybe the 1st to the 14th. And then today, of course, starts Bunsey Creative Beginnings, and some sessions going on throughout today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. There's a panel discussion later today that has a couple members of our community here involved in it. And then Laura Steinbrink is doing social emotional learning tomorrow. And the other day we had Victoria joining in our live chat. Actually, maybe that was last Monday that Victoria joined in, and she's doing a session with Laurie on relationship building in school community.
So many great people you're saying.
I know there's a lot in this community, and Laura's I think is on Wednesday, and she's doing social emotional learning. There are so many that are coming up. Accessibility, Bunsey in the library. So a lot of group members. What else? EST STEM Network has a playground tomorrow. And Denise Wright, who's in our community, is doing a session tomorrow, I think tomorrow night, on augmented reality and the Merge Cube.
Nice.
I did see that. And let's see what else. There's probably a million things. Oh, this Friday is Teach Meet New Jersey. And that is online. I think it's just in the morning, 9 a.m.-ish till noon, I think. And sessions are probably 25 minutes each. So just kind of like your typical ed camp kind of style, but the sessions are decided. So you can join that. I have Lavana Roth on my show tomorrow on Learning Revolution tomorrow morning. So I'm excited about that.
Okay, maybe I'll be able to watch that. I do like Lavana a lot.
Yeah, so that's it.
10 vacation, so yes.
10:30 Eastern. And then I do have a I do have the show Wednesday too. It's early. I know it's early for you, but it's recorded. Yeah. So you can go back. You can always go back.
Sorry.
Yeah, for you, 4 hours difference.
But nobody has to see my face, so it's not like I have to have makeup on. Right?
Right. Because it's Zoom and you can totally turn the camera off.
Oh gosh, it's one of those.
Yeah, well, you've been in before, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So much to do. When you're talking about Bunsey, that reminded me of Amy's store. She put a tweet out about how she integrated her Bunsey with a Canva, something like an animated thing from Canva with her Bunsey. And it looked like, there's a lot of great Bitmoji classrooms, but her thing looked even cooler because it looks more like, I was really like, this is so cool. She made sort of the banner a couple of years ago using Bunsey, and I had it on my Twitter background for a long time, but she's so amazing. So Amy, if you're watching, I follow you.
Yeah, and she's doing a session tonight at 6 Eastern about Bunseying as a tech coach.
Nice.
Yeah, so that'll be, it's great. I just like joining in people's sessions that I know to get that chance to learn from them and hear their ideas because, it's just.
Because that's what thrills you. You're awesome at that.
Just nice
you're great at supporting people and learning, continuing learning and sharing all of that. Speaking of that, and I dropped John Harper's blog in our
yeah.
tonight. I really liked that. Talking about how to deal with the unknown about. And I want to give a shout out to all my Garland ISD people. They went back today for teacher, orientation. And I think they had to physically go back. I don't think they're starting school physically, like it's not gonna be face to face, but I do think that they went today. And I have friends that were very nervous about that. And I want to just say, this is usually the time of the year where we all feel so energized because it's back to school and we can't wait. Right now, it's a serious. People can't sleep, not because they're excited, but because they're anxious. And so I just want all my friends, whether you're in Garland ISD or you're starting somewhere else, like I'm praying so hard for everybody. I just feel this intense, like I just want to hug everybody. Of course, that's not safe and also not possible. So, but I can hug you with my prayers. And I know that you're going through a lot and just thinking about you. So yeah, sorry about that. Any
Sorry
more?
about what?
Just I interrupted you, but are there any other opportunities that we can think of?
Yeah,
Yeah, formative chat tonight.
Oh yeah, chats. Gosh, yeah, formative chat tonight, and we're talking. Let's see here. What is our topic tonight? Relationship building. I have to go back and think. I was the next couple of weeks kind of looking at social emotional learning, and tonight. Oh, actually, reflection is a big part of the discussion tonight, and then how we're preparing for the upcoming school year. So, got that going, and there's EdTech chat, rethink learning maybe tonight.
Yes.
So many.
That's Barbara Bray.
Yeah, it's every 2 weeks. So I always forget because sometimes on Monday nights I'll have my EST teacher on the I can't even say it, EST Teacher Education Network chat, formative, and Barbara's, and I try to do all three at the same time. It gets a little bit chaotic, but it's okay.
Oh, you know what? I just thought of something too, and I collaborate a little bit with the tech rabbi Michael Cohen, Michael Cohen, and his last Geta presentation is in about a half an hour on MicrosoftQ.org. No, is it Q? What is it? Never mind, I can't remember. It's like something with Microsoft and Q. If I type it up,
yeah.
If I type it in really fast, it always comes up. Oh yeah, Q.org, Microsoft. So his last thing, but of course, a lot of educators are doing amazing things right now. Still going strong. I've learned a lot about Microsoft. I kind of gave up on Microsoft, to be honest with you, until this summer.
Oh, really? I just reapplied to be a MIE.
That's right. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You're an MIE expert.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. See, the party hat. The party hat is very relevant today.
It is.
Congratulations to all the experts out there. The MIE. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Microsoft Innovative Experts.
Yeah. Microsoft Innovative Educator Experts. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. Woohoo to all of you. I saw a lot of those. And I saw some that were disappointed that they didn't. So it's sad for you too. It sucks when everybody looks like they're having a ball and you're not invited. So, but it's a celebrate. I just sometimes I really should think a little bit more. I'm that I say, but I saw some disappointment and that's okay. That's very valid. But for those people that got it, also, congratulations. A lot of people I love and think highly of were able to be that. I don't know what it entails. So a lot of hard work to be that.
Yeah, you submit an application and there's just different parts of it. It's like a self-nomination and there's just trainings, like they have modules. The Microsoft Education, the educator community has modules that you can go through, which are great because if you want to learn how to use Teams or you're looking at tools that have for accessibility, for example, you can work at your own pace through them and build your credentials and it's on your transcript. So kind of just building all of that over time and how you've grown as an educator, what connections you've made, how you're sharing your learning and helping others. It kind of all goes into that. So it is a process to apply. And I know it was great to see everybody sharing on social media, just the excitement for becoming part of the community and just on a global scale too. A lot of people in this group are part of that community. I've met a lot of people in this group just by being connected in the MIE program, but of course, other groups too. So it's nice to be in the same kind of space. And I hope people here will invite others to join and share how it's going. Have you started back to school? Are you going back in your classrooms? Virtually? Are you looking for ideas, resources, or just somebody to listen to because you're frustrated? Like, that's what we are here for.
Right. I love that, and that's such a good thing to say. And also, if a lot of our friends or colleagues, PLN, are working on YouTubes and making blogs, so feel free to drop them in the comments. I know he might be watching or not, but he has like 9 days, or it's a few more days until his book launch, and he's super excited about it. Shout out to Bruce. But definitely drop in the links. Anything that you're creating and you'd like to share, that's so amazing. Yeah, so many good things, so many smart people in the room, amazing people.
I know.
If you're listening to this, you're one of them.
Yeah. So hard to believe it's Monday. Here we go. Weeks go by so quick when I think didn't I just talk to you? But then it was Friday. So
it did, right? We did.
It was a few days, but
yeah. And so guys, it's sad that we didn't see any comments today, but that's okay. We need to bring some people on. You are bringing somebody on Friday, yes? We have a visitor.
I hope Jen Ledford. I hope that she can join us on Friday. She said she would, so we'll see. But anybody that wants to come and chat with Melody and I, and you don't necessarily need to wear your party hat because Melody's got that covered.
That's a Monday thing. I'm going to make this a Monday thing. Friday is a Thrive O'Clock thing. Nobody needs a party hat. We are good to go because it's Friday. We don't have to say anything else. So yes, we'll hope to see everybody at Thrive O'Clock on Friday. Same time as it is now, but we just like to call it Thrive O'Clock because it's clever.
And Melody came up with it. I did not, because I'm not that clever. Just saying.
I think it's hysterical. I think it's fun.
It is fun.
To seeing you on Friday. In the meantime, please drop, your creative talents and any opportunities that you want to share. That's what our community is about. And we really just want to say to everybody, we hope you have a great week.
Yep. See you Friday.
Bye, everybody.